Perfect. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Nnaishi from the Cap City, Pitori Masangini, and welcome to the Grounded and Fearless podcast, the podcast that is just for you. On this show, we are all about spreading love, life, and growth, as well as discussing unpopular truth. If you are new to the show, do the most, subscribe and follow. If you are a returning listener, thank you so much for the love. We really appreciate the support. And without any further ado, let's get straight to the episode. Enjoy. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Nnaishi, and welcome to the very first episode of the Grounded and Fearless podcast. On today's episode, we are spreading love and light with Kaythelight. Kay is a fitness and health fanatic, a mental health advocate, a lover and nurturer, and an inspiring content creator and storyteller. She is a true definition of taking up space. Kaythelight, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm staying sane, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you mind introducing yourself to the audience?
Okay. All right. My name is Kamogelo, aka Lelo, as most of the people in my life know. But you can refer to me as K. Yeah, Kaythelight on my blog, Kayletaba on Instagram or Twitter. And yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah. And to everyone listening, if you guys want to get in touch with Kay, I have attached all the links in this episode's description, including the blog. So you guys can go and check that out. Speaking of your blog, I've known you for the longest. And for a long time, I've been asking you, like, when are you going to get your work out there? Like, from your poems, and then Jiggy Jiggy More Spacing, I get a link that says, welcome to K Unrefined is the name of your blog. I want to know what actually motivated you to start with the blog, because last time I checked, no sida.
Well, I can't necessarily say that I was motivated by anything really. So how this all started was when I remember you posted a status on your WhatsApp and it was a link to somebody else's blog, and I read the person's post, and then I saw a start your own website thing on the page, and I was like, oh, okay. And I clicked on it, and then I just found myself filling in all the details, and then all of a sudden I was filling in the about, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is it. And then from there, I didn't necessarily know how I was gonna go about the blog, but then I was like, actually, there's like a lot of things that I write in my um, journal, my notes on my phone. So why not share them on there? Yeah.
So basically, like, I'm responsible for all of this magic.
You and the lady who has a blog as well.
Can you get the royalties?
Ke tla share-rela machankura when they come.
Yeah, no. I'll give you my account numbers. With this whole experience, like, what impact has this experience brought to you, like, so far? What have you learned and what have you gained from, like, this whole blogging thing?
Okay, the impact that the blogging experience has had on my life, and I think just on my well-being, is that I'm more able to express myself, and more able to stay in tune with what I'm feeling or my thoughts, because I know and understand that I'm supposed to be able to articulate them in a manner that somebody else is going to understand. And in order for me to be able to articulate them, I have to be able to first understand what it is that I'm feeling and what it is that I'm thinking. So I think I'm more aware of myself and my thoughts now than I was before. And I've learned that um, basically I am more than capable of expressing myself. At first, like, I thought maybe I wasn't expressing myself, the way that I needed to. But like now I understand that, okay, I am actually able to express myself. And I've learned to write better, articulate myself better. And yeah,
So basically, I could say it helped you actually learn how to understand yourself better.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. And like keep track of my growth even more. And yeah,
Yeah, no, I like that because like with myself, sometimes, it's very difficult to understand like your emotions and what phase you're going through. And if this helps you actually be in a space where you can actually articulate what you are feeling and understand it and also help someone else understand it, it's like a win-win situation.
yeah.
And if you could describe the place that you are at the moment in one word, what would it be? With what's happening now, and like now you just shared that, you're learning to understand yourself better, and with the whole new normal that everyone is trying to adjust to and adapt to.
Sure. Okay. I think I'd say this phase or stage of my life is becoming. The one word I would give it is becoming,
Okay.
because I am now more aware of myself. I am now more understanding and accepting of myself than I was before. So, and through that, I understand now the kind of woman that I want to be, or the kind of woman that I am destined to be. And I'm working my way towards becoming that person. And now the path is clearer than it used to be when I was still very much stuck in um, all the bad things that like would happen to me, or like the sad things around me, like now
Mm,
I am
mm, mm.
more accepting and understanding of myself, and I love myself more than I did before. So yeah, that's why I say the word is becoming.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot. It's like you gave the word becoming a whole new meaning, if I can put it like that. Yeah, no, no. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, with what happened in the past and the woman you want to become. So basically, becoming is like you're in this space, but you're not stagnant. Basically, you are using what
Yes,
your
basically.
experiences from the past, and you've accepted those experiences, and now
Yeah,
moving somewhere with a vision and a purpose.
yeah, yeah.
And speaking of like acceptance and what's this, you know, being something and becoming what you want, society can be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. And the question I have for you now is, what social stigma does society need to get over?
I think stigmas society needs to let go of, and it's really tough for me to pick one. Like,
Yeah.
there's a whole whirlwind happening in my mind right now. I'm trying to pick one, but let me just say the one that I think society needs to let go of is the fact that men are seen as gay, or less of less than a man when they are able to express themselves, when they proudly take care of themselves, hygienically so, and when they are more in tune with themselves, and they are faithful to their partners, they are respectful to women. If a man is if a man is able to love, to give love and receive love in return, it is seen as taboo, you know.
Mm,
It is
mm,
as if
mm, mm.
like it's this thing that shouldn't even exist. Men
Yeah.
are ridiculed for being able to express themselves and speak with gentleness, because it's believed that through culture and society that a man should have this certain way of speaking, the certain way of um, treating women, just so they can prove to everyone
Mm,
else that they are man enough, you know.
yeah.
So I think society needs to let go of that. Just because you're able to express yourself as a man, you're able to speak gently to women and be respectful doesn't make you less of a man. And we need to start teaching young boys to be more in tune with themselves, express themselves, and take care of themselves proudly without having to fear whether someone is going to say, Ki, I'm a morphe or something like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess it's like you're saying we need to do away with the old definition of masculinity and what a man is and come up with the new one.
basically.
It is quite true. Like it's like, if you were to Google self-care packages, those things hero hula bara kilo tsa basadi. Like, you get what I'm saying?
You know,
Like as a guy, if you were to tell your friends,
yeah,
nah, don't call me Ka11, it's me time. What would age onya go ring? So
yeah, true, true,
uh,
true. And also, like, I think it happens most in like romantic relationships where if a guy is seen doing all these, you know, things to express that he really, really does love the person
mm,
he's with, it's like, hey, what about no
yeah, but what you
you
see
know?
it,
Yeah, so I think we need to really let go of that, and we need men to pride themselves in just being themselves, because I mean we're all like created from love, right? Not necessarily in the physical, I mean, but like just spiritually we're created from love. So if men walk around feeling like I lerato sentho tsaka, like
mm,
it doesn't make sense, you understand? Because as a woman we also like really expected to be the one that nurtures, to be the one that loves, to be the one that respects. Uyabona, as umfazi apparently kumele uzithobe, but indoda ayikwazi ukuyenza njalo, and that like just needs to come to an end,
yeah,
because
and I think,
I mean we're all human at the end of the day.
yeah, that's true. We all human and we all have feelings. And
Exactly.
I think with that, we could actually like put a lot of things to an end. And
Yeah,
as men, we can actually talk about our feelings, and then we can actually get the people around us to understand us with what are we going through. And because I feel like the culture doesn't cater for, I mean, as guys to talk about how you feel and to actually be vulnerable, especially to a woman as a man.
yeah,
That, you know, I don't know, some guys struggle with that. And even to your own friends, you don't want to come out and be like, yo, gents, this is up. And then whoshu, whoshu. And, because now you're thinking your squad would be like, hey, the man, what gaan aan hierso? Like, ukaroba ridiculed, as you said, for being in touch with your
yeah,
emotions.
yeah. And I like you guys. I think now recently, like some guys, they are able to communicate with their friends and be like, "Hey, Joe, like I love you," but I don't think it's as like mushy as like women. Nah. okay, I get like women are like very, very different and like, but like, I think we need more of that or age or like, mfana ka rata, or I need more of that for men. And like the way not the iCali also is it, we need to have men stop that. Because
Yeah.
as some people would go to their friends for comfort, and then it's like, I bruv, nah, bruv, itching, they like, relax, don't cry. Instead of actually allowing the person to be open and say what they feel.
Yeah, no. Lo utlwile Bafethu, my gentle brothers. Yeah, ke a le frostan. You heard it from me first.
Why can't you say it properly? Or some
Say it properly how? As in kaorata.
Yes.
Yeah, no, nna nke a tsaka da itse gore ne ke ba rata ka lerato la love. Wa le itse leo.
You see, when you say love, it's another type of love that
Yeah,
you
it's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want us to go to K Unrefined, the blog. And there's two blogs that she wrote. And the
Okay.
first one is titled It is one thing to be alive, but it is another to live. You can give us the backstory.
Okay, the story behind this post. Okay, the title is really self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like, basically, we are alive, like in the physical, of course, like we breathe and stuff, but are we really, really like living, or are we just merely existing? So that the post was basically just inspired by that, and I was kind of writing this for myself
Mm,
in a sense,
mm, mm.
because I felt like I was really stagnant before this. Like, I felt really, really stagnant. Like, I hadn't tried new things. I hadn't like taken any risks. I hadn't paid attention to other people around me that much, like strangers, you understand?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd find that I was kinder to other people than I was to myself, or I was kinder to myself than I was to other people. And I was like, actually, you know, now that and the funny thing is, this post, this kind of thinking only sort of came
Yeah.
about during lockdown, where we literally have nowhere to go. We can't really do anything. But I think I found the beauty in like just living, and I found that it doesn't have to do with like you being outside and doing things and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with what is within first, you know.
Yeah.
Is your soul alive? Is your spirit alive? Are you feeding those things, you know? So that's where this came from. And okay, I'm just gonna read the first paragraph.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And it reads as follows: We were all born fearless and brave, but as we grew older, the concepts of doubt, uncertainty, and fear became the truths that we started to live. I'm sure I speak for a lot of us when I say that there are things that we have not done or said because we let uncertainty get in the way, or because we doubted our own capabilities because of other people's opinions about us, and because we doubted ourselves because of other people's past experiences. I don't blame us though. There's just too many societal expectations and misconceptions that make it difficult for us to stay grounded and fearless.
Oh wow.
So the whole restriction behind people being so scared to try new things, so scared to say what it is that they feel,
Yeah.
is rooted in how the society, ridicules people. You grow up with, not even the society, your immediate family. You grow up with some of your family members telling you, don't do that, you're too young. Don't do that, you're a girl. Don't do that, you're a boy. And then you have this thing where like, okay, you start to limit yourself as you grow older, because those words follow you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very profound post. And for me, when I read this, it reminded me of a conversation I was having with my one friend, and then they were like, we need to start being conscious in our lives. And that hit me. It's like some of us are just living, like you need to wake up and decide,
Yeah.
I'm doing this. Does this help me? Does it not? Like even the little things, sometimes they can make a difference in our day. And like protecting, this whole thing of protecting your peace and everything. Just do things that are in alignment with your purpose. And I guess that's being conscious
Yeah.
and being alive. And like now
Yeah.
you're saying we grow up where we have these misconceptions and expectations from uh society and the limits that our immediate family gives us, which make it difficult for us to actually grow and become the best expressions of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was listening to a podcast once, and the gentleman in
Mm.
that podcast said that we should date ourselves.
Amen.
He
Mujolo.
said, date yourself,
Yeah.
enjoy yourself, like uncover every single part of yourself. Don't leave any stone unturned
Hmm.
until you are at a point where you are so in love with yourself that no matter what other people say about you, what other people think about you, it doesn't even move you, because you know yourself, and you know that the things that they say about you are not true.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no, that's very inspiring. Like open every door.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think it's also really important that as we live, right, we also definitely embody the spirit of Ubuntu.
Mm.
And it is one thing to be kind to yourself. I mean, that's where you have to start, because
True.
charity begins at home, and you are your own home. So you need to start being kind and gentle with yourself first, so that you can be able to be kind and gentle to other people. And the beauty of it is that when you finally find yourself, not to say that it's a destination, it's a
Yeah,
journey.
yeah.
So as you grow, when you find yourself and you love yourself every time without fail, you are going to, that love is able to bounce off on other people automatically. And it's just going to be a harmonious thing between you and other people.
Yeah, no. I think love is at the core of our existence. And love is,
Pardon?
I was saying, I think love is like at the core of our existence, and love gives meaning to life.
True.
Yeah. And on this topic of love, you wrote a beautiful piece titled A Piece of Love. Can you imagine? Oh, wow. This poem, I was like, yo, homonade. Yeah, this one you have to read to our listeners.
Okay. So the poem is meant to revive love into somebody. I wonder what it is you see when you stare back at your reflection in the mirror. what it is you see when you look at pictures of you captured from different lenses. I sit here and hope that when you look at yourself, when you look within yourself, you see gorgeousness, grace, gentleness, and glow, and a God-sent gem with greatness galore. I hope that you see that you're the God you've been searching tirelessly and endlessly for. I hope that you remember that you're like 5 million glistening stars that give the hopeless hope, 4 million pills that the lost pop to cope, 3 million molecules of love that don't need a microscope, 2 million sunsets that bring smiles to those who mope, and 1 million scriptures of comfort read religiously by the Pope. You're a goddess, a dime, and I hope that you never wait for someone else's validation to believe that. I hope that you believe in your own worth enough to water your own garden. Accept and honor yourself as though you have rainbows at the ends of every corner of your being. Lift yourself, rise above the skies like a phoenix whenever you fall. Kiss away your own scars and seal the kisses with songs of healing. And love yourself harder and harder with every passing sunset and sunrise, so that whoever was made to perfectly fit you knows exactly how to love you and knows exactly how to learn you, how to unravel you, how to comfort you, build you, water you, and honor your light. I hope that they know not to interrupt the newly formed love that you have found within yourself. I hope that the love you give yourself is deep enough to inspire them to love themselves harder as well, causing you both to pour all the contents in your cups of love onto each other's hearts, leaving all corners of your heart soaked, drenched with love, so much so that the love is gushing out of your chests for the world to see, so much so that the love is tangible, irresistible to touch. Yours truly, Kay. So this piece is for whoever needs a gentle reminder to give themselves tender and steady love. And I hope that you always remember that you are loved and you are loved and you are worthy of love. A love that is gentle, a love that is peaceful, and a love that is reassuring. Thank you.
That is out of this world.
Thank you.
He took us through a journey and you taught us how to love ourselves
Thank you. Oh, wow.
and how to accept ourselves. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it was written, I think, maybe 2 to 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. That's you spreading love out there. And things like this, it's like the affirmation that we need to remind ourselves love is for us.
True, true. And not the struggle kind of love, but the gentle kind of love.
Exactly. Like the one that is tangible, irresistible to touch.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think now I understand the poem better than I did those many years ago. I think, in a sense, I feel like I was writing it for the future me rather than, like, when I was writing it at that time, I didn't necessarily, you know, understand it fully, but I knew what I was writing was true. But it was like, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah. This poem is beautiful. The poem is very, very beautiful. And now, we want to play a game called Would You Rather. I'm sure you've played this before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Ooh.
Yeah, you better. I have 3 questions for you. I hope you are ready.
Okay.
It's about to be awesome. The first one, would you rather have Batman's skills, money, equipment, and lifestyle, or end crime around the world for good, but be poor and unnoticed?
I would end crime around the world for good.
So you then be poor and unnoticed.
I guess.
Yeah, for me,
There's too much crime going on to even consider.
true. Um, from my side, I struggle because the only problem that I have is the being poor part. Because poor is a mindset.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
Maybe they said broke, I don't mind. But poor, the unnoticed part is fine, but having a poor mindset is a problem.
Did you say poor mindset?
No, it's being poor, like Aram Skepsel.
I think the only reason it's a bit tricky is the poor part, but I am still sticking with my answer.
Yeah, no, me too. I agree there. The poor part is another.
Okay, number 2.
Yeah. Would you rather reverse one decision you make every day or be able to stop time for 10 seconds every day?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm going deep now, Papa. Benakanta.
Stopping time for what? Because it's locked down.
Yo,
Yo, what was the first one?
reverse one decision you make every day.
I think that I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's a fair option. But don't you want to stop time though?
Yeah,
Like time is moving. Don't you want to like
for
take
what?
a breather, yeah, and be like, whew, let's go for 10 seconds, 3
For 10 seconds, 10 seconds is nothing. Let's keep going. For what we doing? Stop time for what?
We are moving, chief.
Uh-uh. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Last one. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
shoot.
Would you rather read minds or accurately predict the future?
I would rather accurately predict the future because I don't want to know what people are thinking.
Ah, so I want to surprise nyana from the future.
But whose future is it? Mine.
Like the future in general. Like when you do something, you can like foresee how it's gonna turn out.
I think that would uh, the only positive thing there is that I would know what I should do and what I shouldn't do immediately, you know.
Yeah,
But reading people's minds, oh,
I would choose
no.
that. Like, cause knowing what's gonna happen takes out the thrill and fun of things, you know. But knowing what you're thinking, Jay, hmm,
Yeah, reading people's minds would be better because people just are complicated also. So
Yazi, hey,
if I can just read your mind, I can just be like, okay, that's what you think. Cool.
yeah, and then I know what you
You
want.
know? Yeah.
Cool.
Or maybe you were trying so hard to explain something to me, but I don't understand. If I can read your mind, I'll be able to be like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Kautwar.
Yeah. I think I'll go with that. Reading minds.
Yeah, no, that's something we agree on. That's something we agree on.
Yeah.
Kay the light. Now it's time for the money question, the make or break.
Okay.
What does being grounded and fearless mean to you?
Whew. I'm just gonna break the words up. So, what being grounded to me means that being so confident and so sure about my purpose and being understanding and accepting of my gift, so much so that I don't envy or I guess sabawell other people's purposes, other people's
Yeah.
gifts, other people's
Yeah.
lives. Being so sure that this is the body that I was meant to maneuver around this world with, and being confident in God's plans for my life and myself, that I don't go out trying to seek what isn't mine, what isn't meant for me, having a spirit of discernment to understand that, okay, this is for me and this is or not for me. This is what moves me, and this is what doesn't move me. You understand?
Yeah.
And then what being fearless means is that with the purpose and the gift that I have, that God has given me, I shouldn't be scared or feel scared to go out there and make sure that I fulfill the purpose and that I nurture the gift, I grow it, I water it. I must be able to take risks and not be afraid to give
Yeah.
all of myself to the things that I love, to the things that I care about, because things and people are merely experiences. And
True.
I mean, why not give all of you to an experience, So
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that. I like that definition. You put it out for us nicely so we can actually understand it.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful people. Let's stay grounded and fearless. Yeah. All right, Kaythelight. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence today. This was fun and I learned a lot. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I had a really, really good time. I can't wait to make an appearance again. Oh my God.
Yeah, buli warni ksekhaya la.
And any last words before you depart?
Okay. Well, what I have to say before I head out is that always be grateful for the things that you have. Show gratitude for the things that you love and the things that you have, because when you do that, God will bless you in abundance. And continue to grow, continue to love yourself no matter how hard, how difficult it gets. It only gets better. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
And with that, we have reached the end of our episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of the show today. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow, and also leave a review, as this helps us improve the show and we are then able to deliver better content for you to listen to and enjoy. And so until we meet again, adios.